Welcome back to your hour. Joining us now is Jamie Whitfield from Recovery Matters, and she's here to share some wisdom with us today that, everybody needs tools.
Yes.
And we need tools no matter what we're going through.
Right. And so these tools that I found, I felt like, yeah, that's the message I want to give today. And so the first thing is it's basically like 8 pieces of wisdom that can help change and improve your life.
Mm-hmm.
And who doesn't want to improve themselves, or their life
Yeah.
that they have? Number 1 is remembering that words are powerful. Use them wisely. And I thought, oh my goodness, that is so true, because so many times, people say things out of anger or whatnot, and you can't take them words back.
Right.
They cut like knives. I mean, sometimes for me, words could be. I don't know if I'd rather have somebody physically hurt me,
Yeah.
or verbally hurt me, because the words you'll heal from the physical abuse.
That's right.
But the words you'll forever have them
They
within your
they
heart
stick with
and
you.
your mind.
They
Yeah.
stick with you forever.
Forever. And so I thought, that is something that I consciously try to work on is how I talk to people, basically. The words I use, the language I use, and how I deliver that language. And so that's important.
And you're a compassionate type person, so you don't very often lose your stuff.
No,
And-
maybe inside my head,
Yeah.
possibly, but not typically, out, just vocally saying things. And so, because I always think in my head, like, how do I want to be treated? How do I want to be talked to? Because I don't want to dish out anything that I can't take.
Right.
And that's a major thing for me, is not dishing stuff out that you can't take yourself. So, and the other one is people come and go, but the right ones stay. And I thought, how true. Just in my lifetime, I just kind of reflected back to even my marriage, like when, we finally, called it quits, you thinking at that point, that's, was a good part of my life. And I
Right.
thought, how am I going to go on? You know what I mean? Like, I've been with this person forever, this relationship. But you know what? It's okay. And it is so true that people do come and go, and the right ones stay. And it doesn't even have to be in an intimate relationship,
Right.
just a friendship, just anything, support system, things like that. Like, if people are truly there for the right reasons, they're going to always be there.
Well, and the people that are toxic, you really don't want around anyway.
No.
So
At that moment, you might think that that's what you want, but I feel like it's okay to let things go and people go, so. And then number 3, always remembering that you're doing enough, even if it doesn't feel like it. And I thought that was a good one, because even for me, sometimes I'm like, I don't feel like I'm doing enough for even my recovery, my life, my children, my jobs, but then after I was reading this and I just kind of sat and reflected about, what was being said, I thought, that is so true, because even when you think you're not doing enough, we are the worst critics of ourselves.
That's right.
And it's so hard to really actually see the bigger picture of things. And then I just started looking at that big picture, processing things, and I'm like, I am doing enough, and I'm trying to do my best,
Yeah.
and that's really all that matters.
You're not Wonder Woman.
No.
Actually, I think you are.
I try to be, but I have to also remember that I'm not.
Yeah.
And so even Wonder Woman
Yeah.
needs a day off.
Yeah, she needs a break.
And is not perfect. So, and number 4 is failure is just not trying. When you fail at something, it's because you didn't try.
Yeah.
And I thought that is so true.
Yeah, because if you try and fail, you really haven't failed.
No.
You've just learned something.
Right, you use that as a lesson, and you grow from there, and you try again.
Yeah.
And it just took me back to one of my favorite quotes that I always say, is anything worth doing is worth doing badly until you get it right.
There you go.
And so
I
I
like
just
that.
thought, that is something that I just tell myself almost every day before I'm starting my day, because, you just never know. And number 5 is like random acts of kindness. It really goes a long ways, and it makes everyone that's involved feel better. And I thought that was very powerful, and it's very true. Because if you're just kind, you never know what that next person is going through, you know.
Right.
And I tell you what, sometimes that act of kindness, it doesn't even have to involve money. It could be something simple as, you look beautiful today, or
Yeah.
can I help you with something, or do you need a hug? You know,
Yeah.
I am all for hugging a stranger, because sometimes you could save someone's life just by that one act of just not being selfish and walking by people that look like they're distraught or something, or something's wrong, and just reaching out and giving them some love.
And that may be the one person that showed them that they care about
Yes.
them all week.
Yes,
and
exactly.
And it might make a big difference.
Right. And I thought that was a real good one too. And then number 6 was living for today and not tomorrow. That's a big one, even in recovery, even if you're not in recovery. You know, sometimes people can get so wrapped up in about what's going to happen tomorrow, what's going to happen tomorrow, what are we going to do in a week, what are we going to do in 2 weeks, that they don't even realize, just appreciate the moment you're in right now, today. And I think that's very important. Even in my own recovery, you know, they tell us, you know, one day at a time.
Yeah.
My mom actually texted me that this morning. She was like, you look like something's going on. Just remember, one day at a time. And I thought, thank you for that reminder.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you do get so wrapped up in things that you're projecting into the future. You're thinking about next week. You're thinking about, you know, I'm thinking about August when kids start school. I'm thinking about a whole lot of things. And she really got me when she was like, just remember, one day at a time. And I
Yeah.
was like, you're so right. And number 7 is never look back. There's nothing there for you. And I thought that was very powerful too. And, you know, I don't look back. I mean, I do look back. I shouldn't say that, because I do. But the thing is I look back and look at the lesson that was learned in the past.
Yeah.
Not as keep looking back and having the regrets or reliving the guilt or the shame or whatever I'm looking and reflecting off of, but just looking back and finding that lesson and then moving forward, because there is nothing left. What's done in the past is done in the past.
Can't undo it.
Can't undo it, yes. So you have to move forward. And number 8 is overthinking kills happiness. And I thought, yes, it does. Because there is a difference between overthinking something and processing something. And I think that when people just indulge in and entertain them thoughts of just overthinking something over and over again, it does kill it. It does. And so that was pretty much what my message for today was, is just some different little tools and reminders of how to make yourself and your life a little better each day.
Yeah. Well, and you're kind of an inspiration for that, because a lot of people really take their cues from you. And I do.
Thank you.
Well, Jamie, thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next time. And we'll be right back with